So you get off at South Ferry Terminal on the subway to go to Battery Park for the ferry.
Statue of Liberty. The statue was originally brown and turned green due to oxidation. It was gifted to the USA by France.
Breakfast finished.
The statue was to celebrate the end of slavery.
Said to Mother, what does she mean? Mother just hugged me and said,
crucial ally in America's war for independence, the war for the cause of liberty. From the French people to commemorate that alliance and to celebrate America's progress toward liberty for all. With the fall of their own republic, the cause of liberty was faltering in France. Laboulaye hopes this gift will rouse a new call for democracy there. He shares his idea with a small group of colleagues and friends, discussing the project with publishers, politicians, and even President Ulysses S. Grant. He searches for the perfect site and finds it, Bedloe's Island, just a tiny speck of land in New York Harbor. But to the artist, a dramatic stage for the colossal statue he'd begun to envision. Bedloe's Island launches a massive fundraising effort. His plan calls for the people of France to donate the statue. Americans will provide a grand pedestal for the statue on the chosen site. Bartholdi spends years on the design. The ancient Roman goddess Libertas has long been used to personify the idea of liberty. But the idea of liberty is controversial in much of the world. It suggests violence that will fit together like gigantic puzzle pieces. The epic puzzle takes more than 5 years to complete. Bartholdi stokes public enthusiasm with showings of work in progress in the United States and Paris. He sells tickets for tours of his workshops. Meanwhile, the sculptor has engineering problems to solve. The statue's copper skin weighs more than 179,000 pounds. Liberty cannot stand without internal structure. For this, Bartholdi turns to the brilliant Alexandre Gustave Eiffel, later famed for what Americans call the Eiffel Tower. Paris, 1881. The full statue begins to rise up, towering over the neighborhood surrounding the construction yard. By completion, more than 300,000 people have come to behold her. Dignitaries, artists, writers, and everyday gawkers. More than 200 crates for its voyage across the Atlantic. With With its heavy load, the ship plows through storms and high winds and nearly capsizes. But on June 19, 1885, the French ship is there, enters New York Harbor, met with enormous fanfare and a naval parade. Astounding 305.5 feet, from the ground to the top of her torch. October 28, 1886, America formally dedicates the Statue of Liberty. His greatest stroke of genius. They can go inside the statue. Rising up through the structure, the statue is not just an engineering marvel, but an unforgettable metaphor for the dynamic and inspiring ability to the promise of liberty and justice for all. Impulse of a human heart. The Statue of Liberty is at once an emblem of America's highest ideals and the deep ironies of our history. But the legacy of slavery still very real in 1886 as the statue is dedicated. Human justice and equality guaranteed by the Constitution, but only a minority of Americans are allowed to vote. In the New York Harbor, she quickly becomes an icon for America and begins to gather layers of meaning as the United States rises to power and prominence in the world, in the hearts of millions of immigrants from everywhere on earth. She sees American troops off to war and welcomes them home. The ideals for which she stands resonate far beyond this harbor.
Ellis Island. 12 million immigrants entered here between 1892 to 1954. Only had 6 seconds to scan them for health checks.
So the hearing room at 10% of immigrants come here to have their cases heard.
Staff worked 12 hours a day for 7 days a week at its peak. White Castle. You might have seen this fast food chain on the Impractical Jokers.
Oh, they mac and cheese.
Yeah, they're so nice.
Sloppy Joes
Yeah,
and sliders, is it?
they're the sliders. They're two. Lewis had two.
So this is inside a Smoky Joe, which is a sloppy Joe cheese. Yeah. Nice.
Coney Island. This place was featured on the iconic film The Warriors.
That's close.
Brooklyn Bridge.
Fíjate que me ha dado vuelta en la esquina.
Top of the Rock. Live jazz music in Harlem.
Oh, I haven't seen this one. Come on.
Coming up in part 4, Intrepid Museum. The Edge. Macy's.
Okay. One.
Empire State Building. Bryant Park. And a trip to Broadway to watch The Lion King show.